So it is way past midnight, so I just took my midnight snack, which comprised of dayuk as an appetizer, some veggie as the main course, and some steamed banana for dessert. So I enjoyed it very much. I took that midnight snack because I couldn't sleep properly, so I decided to read the 16th chapter of Stanley Tookie Williams' book Redemption, and it's entitled aptly as Mr. Buddha, Mr. Buddha. Um, Pretty odd because it was like a very zestful way of entitling a chapter, which is engulfed in sorrowful circumstance of the passing of one of Tiki's closest friend, actually one of his brothers in the gang of Crips. So during the funeral, Tiki was holding back tears. So it was one of the wake up call for him that, their cloak of invisibility um, wasn't that evident anymore because of the passing of his best friend that happened internally in there. It happened internally because Buddha was shot dead by one of his members also, like at a vulnerable state of which Buddha was found in, which he dared one of his um, let's say cohorts. So it was an internal problem at their part, so it was very tragic. It didn't happen in a confrontation against rival gangs or that. It happened internally, so it was like a wake up call to Kay that their invincibility was at risk, and Turkey was advised to show some vulnerability, but being a gangster that he is, all machismo, so the the bravado that he shared to everyone during that stage of his life, he was very young. It was holding back tears, but he 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 basically stated at the end of the chapter that he was actually crying, walking in solitude. So it was one of the most dramatic stories I've ever encountered. So I just took my midnight snack. Plus, it was Thanksgiving yesterday. So it was like my double dose of Thanksgiving because, um, as I stated with the part one of this blog, um, I am coming up with my immediate family on YouTube, which is, of course, the new Terra. I was gifted with membership, which I find very special because out of the 300 plus thousand subscribers, I was chosen to be gifted with a membership. So it's a very rare gift. So I took care of it, so I became active on live chat and on their live streams. just to stay focused on that channel, Morg Official. Although there are some YouTube channels that I like, like the Forbidden Knowledge, J Dreamers channel also, uh, Yogi Stirrup, the 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 Black Queen with all his AK-47s, collection of AK-47s and some arsenal down in Miami. Yogi Stirrup, yeah. So it's very evident that I'm a fan of the black culture in America. One one thing that really incited or sprouted that seed inside of me was the Black Lives Matter movement in the NBA, of how they really are, you know, sounding the clarion call for change of how black people should be treated in America. You know, Black Lives Matter because of the um, unforeseen error in their policing that they have killed several um, colored citizens, and there's an uprising that began through the NBA. So it became clear as day that there should be um, a change for this hate crimes. Um, Spin-off of that is of course the Asian hate crimes, how Filipinos or the minorities also suffered as well. So um, in the 16th chapter, it really made me think about utility of life, and made me think about the crossroads. I actually sang some of the crossroads, a song from the Bone Thugs and Harmony. We should see each other at the crossroads, thinking of our dearly departed brothers and sisters, family members. It's part of the black culture also, the rap scene, hip hop music. Yeah. Um, it just really it just really stirs something inside of you. So I used my ju juzu my juzu beads. Um, all of you should know that new uh newly I'm a new Buddhist for almost a year now. I used my juzu, my beads, to 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 address that bit of emotion. So I used mantra for Fudomyo, which is for the fire world. So Fudomyo is more like the destroyer. He's also like Shiva, some sort of like a deity connected to Shiva. So I've been studying a lot about Hinduism also. So I found it very apt to oblige and address that emotional issue tonight. And um, the mantra goes like Namaku sarabata tagetebyaku sara ubekibyaku sarabatarata sandamakuroshadaken yagigyaki sara baby sinusuan taratakan man. So I actually memorized it, but I cannot say it properly because of the emotional content. So I happened to write it down and utter those mantra with with the heart and not just by instinct, because it's very uncanny that one of um, Tookie's friends who got shot, and which he was very emotional about, is uh, nicknamed as Buddha. One of the um, I should say one of the most feared crypt ever, which is closest to Tookie. So it kind of speaks to me also because I have a friend. I have visited a few years ago, which is Topil. He is our leader, ESP. And I define that gang as extrasensory perception. So I was one of the founding members there in the late 80s in SIR Sandawa. So I happened to go also to his grave with his loved ones there, his father. It was pretty emotional, so I know how that feels. So um, I also happened to I also happened to go through this book called African American Wisdom, and it says here, um, Martin Luther King actually said upon receiving his Nobel Peace Prize, "I have the audacity to believe that people everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirits. I believe that what self-centered men have torn down, men other-centered can build up. I still believe that one day mankind will bow before the elders of God and be crowned triumphant over war and bloodshed, and non-violent redemptive goodwill proclaim the rule of the land." So I can't say enough about non-violent redemptive goodwill proclaim the rule of the land. So that is what Tookie is advocating later in his life. That would absolutely have gained him an accolade, being a Nobel Prize winner, if the circumstance were to his favor. You know, he's a nominee of Nobel Prize, also Stanley Tookie Williams. So this coming 2024 is the year of the Wood Dragon. So I would look up to Mr. Stanley Williams, also known as Tookie, the Crypt King, as a black dragon. He is my black dragon. So that was it. I have this like Bruce Lee shirt right here. So I like Bruce Lee a lot because I happen to hear some of Eminem's song like the Bruce Lee of Blue Sleep, where Rihanna was featured also, that song. So it kind of rang in my head because over 10 years ago I had insomnia, and it trickled to some sort of uh, a disease known as depression. Mental states is probably one thing that we should address post-pandemic wise. So now I feel like the Bruce Lee of lose sleep, because as a testament to that is this video that I taken after midnight, taking my midnight snack, and late reading also. I do a lot of reading every now and then, self-discovery, getting some insight as to how I should address my disease and how I should not feel alone about it. How there are avenues you could seek to find kindred souls and hopefully lift each other up. So that is the means to an end of being a full version of a healthy me with positive outlook in life, which I could shed towards everybody that needs it. So that would be it. Thank you.